Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you to a new series, Victoria 3, the economic simulator with diplomacy and military as fun tastes, by Paradox Development Studio. Thank you to everyone who voted in the community poll. Although Japan and the USA were actually tied, someone else has also voted in a comment section of a video for Japan. So Japan is the winner. I've played 3 consecutive test games with Japan, just playing the first 15 to 20 years, and I've already learned quite a bit. So hopefully I'll be able to make this exciting. So, Japanese shogunate, the strength of the ruling Tokugawa shogunate is failing, with famine and unrest spreading all across the country. The Edo period has lasted in Japan for over 200 years, but it'll last for 200 more. We're going to make one slight change to the game rules. This is because of what I believe is an AI targeting bug by Russia, where Russia beelines Hokkaido, like, as soon as the game starts. If it happens in this game, it happens, but it's really frustrating to me because nothing Japan can do about it, other than go to war with Russia, which I do not think would be a very smart move. Not in the least. Alright, so welcome to the Japanese shogunate. We are surrounded, of course, by Russia, the Qing dynasty, and Joseon, or Korea. Let's start by making some friends, shall we? I want these 3 countries to like me to one degree or another. Now, if we look at the top left corner of the screen, we can see the Japanese flag that tells us we're the number 15 nation in the world, which is amazing. We got a long ways to go, though. We really need to get our GDP up. This is an economic game, after all. We can't really be truly successful until we start making more money. So that's going to be an early game objective, is building up our economy. Normally I start by building the construction sector. I think in this play, I'm going to start by actually building up business that make us money and see where that gets us. I'm going to go to the outliner. I'm going to tell go away, army. I don't really care about you right now. I do care very much about our market and our interest groups. So, next to the flag we have our 4 meters: bureaucracy, authority, influence, and money. Bureaucracy is what enables you to pass laws, strengthen institutions, and eventually incorporate states into your mighty empire. By contrast, authority allows you to basically make local improvements. We're going to go ahead and use some of that right now and encourage social mobility. Social mobility. I know what I'm doing. Because we want increased access to education across Japan. Because we're not going to get schooling for a while. There are other things that are a little bit more important to me. So getting people educated so they can work in factories is really important to me. Diplomacy spent. Money is good. We need money to buy things and then turn the things we buy into other things. So let's talk about the numbers on the bottom line here. First, we have the line go up simulator, aka Victoria 3, and GDP, we always want that to go up. We start with a handicap because we have a very limited economic system. It's going to take us a while before we can start really competing with the big boys. I'd love for this to end with us being able to take out a European power or even handle Qing, but we are a long way away from that happening. Very long indeed. Our literacy determines our tech spread rate, plus it determines our own tech. We're not doing great there. This is how happy people are in terms of, are they buying the stuff they want to buy? We will get there, but it's going to take us some time. Next, we have our population. The number that we care most about here is the number of peasants. Peasants are working on subsistence farms and are not really earning any wages or really earning much of a living. If we're ever going to unlock our country's true potential, we need to get people out of those farms and onto into the peasantry, and out of the peasantry and into the workforce. We have radicals and loyalists. Radicalists don't like the system. Loyalists love it. We're not that concerned about it for right now. Let's start making decisions, though, because that's what this game is about. It's about making decisions. So down at the bottom, we have the lens system. We have production, political, diplomatic, military, and trade. Notice something. We can't trade because we're an isolationist nation. We might want to expand our navy at some point, as in we don't have one at game start. Can I afford not to have a navy? Okay, so if we're going to establish our navy, we need a couple things first. Most importantly, we need more wood. So let's begin by establishing logging camps. In our largest areas here. I'm just going to go ahead and max out count size because we're going to need lots of wood in my strategy here. That seems good. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build a tooling workshop. This is going to be able to turn our wood into even more money. Tooling workshops make everything easier, and it also helps us urbanize. So we're going to go ahead and build a tooling workshop in each of our largest provinces. For now, this is how we're going to start our economy off. We're going to build kind of slow. We only have 9 construction, so it's going to take us a while. But I want to get the economy up and running before I start expanding the construction industry. Because construction industry doesn't make money. In fact, it generally loses money. We're going to go ahead and rush colonization. I want to get Hokkaido before Russia can try to colonize it. I need one more thing. Sorry, I need to declare an interest in Indonesia so we can start colonizing there too. We have our first task from the journal. Let's increase our speed here. Are the Russians going to dick us over? No, they're not. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. So interests are important in this game. You can't interact with a nation diplomatically unless you have an interest in their territory or they have an interest in yours. By Russia pulling out of Japan, that means they're not going to try to colonize my shit. And that's very good news. Because that's going to be one of the earliest things we want to do technologically. So I feel very happy about that. Awesome. Let's move on. The French-British being rivals, I've never heard of that. I'm joking. So check out the price list here. This is telling us how things are going in our country. If the price of goods is going up, that can be both good and bad. It can be good because if the prices go up because people want to buy it, that's very good. Or sorry, if the price is going up because we're using it and we're making a profit, that's great. If we're pricing things out so our own people can't buy them or other people can't buy our stuff, that's a bit more of an issue. That is a bit more of a problem, and we'd have to solve it. Now, one thing I want to talk about is production methods. So, we right now are not making any fruit, and we want to make fruit, both because it's going up in price, and because we can use fruit to make booze. We're going to do fig orchards too. And where do we make booze again? Logging camps, we're going to prioritize softwood for now. Eventually, we're going to want hardwood when we're building things like, say, when we're building furniture. Okay, let me check something here. Right now, we make 60 wood. If I change to hardwood production, we make 20 and 20. Okay. I just want to make regular wood for right now, so we're going to go and set all into making softwood. That just gets the most wood out into the market as fast as we can get it. Fishing wharves. I can't afford trawlers, can I? I cannot yet. We're going to do simple fishing for right now. Eventually that will change. I notice my people want clothes, furniture, and wood. We're going to focus on the wood for right now, so we can turn wood into tools, and then we can use tools in lots of places to become a lot more efficient. We can also start making iron frame buildings once we have iron too. We want the tools to begin with, because we can always just pull iron out of the ground. Once we can get wood production up and running, I'll probably start working on the construction sector so we can start building more stuff at a time. Let's go ahead and actually add the construction sectors now. I hate doing this, but you kind of have to, because if I don't, it's going to take us forever to build everything. There you go. We'll get a nice, robust construction sector, and then we'll come back and build our other stuff. Because watch what happens here. Now that we've built it, we still can't quite get everything we want, but we're getting closer to being able to build two things at once. Let's talk about our political situation. At the beginning of the game here, we have several interest groups. Interest groups are groups of people that have a particular goal in the society. We start the game with a total of 8 interest groups. Every country starts with the same groups or a similar collection of groups, but they don't always have the same ideology. So let's pick a group, the most important group, the shogunate, and then talk about what the shogunate wants and what it doesn't want. The shogunate is traditionalist, so they don't want women to have rights, and they want a state religion if they can get it. They're paternalistic. They want a monarchy, and they want to make sure that the wealthiest people have the most power. They also want an agrarian economy, and that's going to be something else we're going to want to rush as soon as we can get it. They're stratocratic. They like a stratified society, so they really like serfdom. They're not going to stop us from getting rid of it, but they're not going to help us either. So that's something else we're going to want to work on as far as earning money. And we already talked about them being patriarchal. They don't really have much to say about women. They don't really like them having too much power. In contrast, the intelligentsia are very liberal. They eventually might want women to have more rights. They want schools, they want voting, they want a republic if they can get it, and they want to get rid of serfdom. And we definitely want to get rid of serfdom too. So we want the intelligentsia as one of our drivers of reform. But a lot of our early moves are going to be involving the economy rather than big changes. So we're going to go ahead and add in the peasants to our current government. Are the samurai going to stop us from getting agrarian economies, or do they not care? They don't care, so getting to an agrarian economy out of traditionalism can help us work toward trade, and that's something I very desperately want to do. The shogunate doesn't like agrarianism, but a lot of other parts do. No, I can't reduce the power of the shogunate until I kick them out of the government. Doing so, though, is going to cripple my government. That's going to have no legitimacy. And I can't afford that. I genuinely cannot afford that. I can bring in... Nope, the intelligentsia kills it. I can bring in the monks. Nope, they don't like it either. Oh, the samurai are the issue. Interesting. So we're going to work with this coalition for right now. Because I remember the Buddhist monks also like agrarianism, or at least don't care about it. Can I add in the intelligentsia now? No, that cripples the economy. What about the petty bourgeoisie? How do you feel about economic reform? You also don't really care. Okay, cool. That's fun. As far as laws go, I could go to consumption-based taxation. That's a really bad idea, though. We'd very quickly lose a lot of money. And I don't want to do that. That would drive them crazy. It would drive the shogunate crazy. I'm not willing to do that yet. I'd rather work on easier tasks first. We're going to start with a dedicated police force. The shogunate doesn't like it because, to be honest with you, the local police force actually makes the shogunate stronger. This basically has us spend our political power to actually prevent stuff. We're going to go ahead and push this first. If we can't accomplish it before the time that we have unlocked... we're fine. Because the groups that really want to dedicate police force aren't in the government. Let's bring the samurai back in. Or maybe the intelligentsia. Okay, that's fine. This doesn't have a high chance of success, but at least have a high chance of debate, which means a powerful event. That could help us out quite a bit. We're losing a tiny bit of money, but that's to be expected, because construction sectors cost money without making more money. That's why it's important to get it out of the way, but it is going to cause you short-term economic pain. Until we can start earning some serious money. But now we have enough construction to work on 2 things at a time. So we're going to get logging camps built a lot faster now. Alright, we are badly hemorrhaging money right now. A public address goes awry. This is gonna kill the law. Is effectively dead. So we have to cancel it. Because we can't possibly pass it now. That didn't work out. Oh well. Alright, I want to start building up our industrial capabilities, which eventually is going to mean steel. But let's not lose sight of what we're actually trying to accomplish in the early game, which is getting a navy. So to that end, let us go ahead and start construction on a couple of naval bases. I'm going to get an economy of scale by building them all in one place. There we go. I'm also going to increase the tax rate so that we can... Oh, dear. Can I get a good consumption tax? And services will earn us quite a bit of money. Let's do that. I'm going to rush romanticism because that's going to be the key to unlocking agrarianism as an economic system. Also, academia by itself is just a good tech to have. It helps us improve our qualifications for people. We're going to do politics, we're going to do laws, and we're going to do... What's the matter? Oh, the samurai are the only group that likes colonialism. So I've got to bring them in whether I want to or not. And we'll kick out the peasants for right now. And we're just going to go for resettlement. Because we want this to be at a fairly low level right now. Okay, so notice something drastic happened. The price of clippers just plummeted. That's because we have we've reduced the price of wood by a fair bit. So that's something we're going to have to monitor as we progress here. Because I want the price of wood to actually get better. Let's start making some tooling workshops instead of the logging camps right now. We have our first political movement. Peasants are trying to block this. Eventually, if the peasants get angry enough, they could start a revolution. It's not very likely, though. Wood is still pretty expensive. We also need to start establishing our government. Oh, we need hardwood. Okay. Hardwood is crashing the economy. Let's set one of our other logging camps to produce. Oh, we're making no hardwood. Let's go ahead and do both. That should help. Oh, then we don't have enough regular wood. Cool. So I obviously can't do all of them. Let's take a couple of these and prioritize softwood. And that should fix that, I think. There we go, fixed. The government wants fabric. Let's help them out by building some cotton plantations. There we go. So the price of tools just collapsed. That's because we're not using tools. Now you start using tools. So in order to do that, we're going to find something that requires tools. We are making some textiles, so that's good. That just means as long as we feed them with fabric, they'll make us money. What are you missing? Oh, the price of wood is so high that you're losing money. You also need fabric too, so both those things will help. What can I... Oh, I haven't invented the tech for it yet. Okay. I eventually do need artillery. That's a longer term good. Let's convert this to harvesting tools. This will give us an incentive, and it'll also help make us more money. We'll be more efficient. We'll make a lot more, we'll make more stuff and use less people. So that people can do other things instead. Don't worry, once the tooling workshops are done, we'll be able to go back to making other things, so that'll be good. We're going to concede some of their points. Because there's a higher probability that we'll get something out of it. We are still losing money hand over fist. That will start to change, I hope. Let's convert something else to using tools, like our wheat farms. That'll be good. And we'll use butchering tools on our livestock ranges too. That'll help. We don't want the price of tools to go too low because we won't make any money on it. But we don't want it to be so high that our people can't buy the tools that they need in their daily lives. Okay, logging camps bring down the price of wood, and then we're going to start building naval bases so we can start having an actual navy. Which will be very helpful, I think. I love how the shogunate wants to intervene. We're going to say his will be done. There's one interesting glitch in the game about where the shogunate will actually try to vote itself out of existence because that event will fire when you're trying to abolish serfdom or something, which I find very entertaining. That is what Karl Marx said anyway. Or Lenin, rather. The idea of that being a thing. Price of clippers is going up. Maybe people are sensing the way the wind is blowing here. Can I have my colonialism, please? Can you do the thing faster? Tools are still falling. Clippers are still going up. Can I use tools in shipbuilding, I wonder? Not yet. I'm going to prioritize non-luxury clothing because we are so desperate for clothes right now. It's probably going to drive up the price of fabric even more, though. It's fine. Let's start raising taxes as much as I don't want to do it. We need to find other ways to earn money. I don't have iron yet. Until I get iron, I can't switch to iron frame buildings and be more efficient there. I could just pause construction to start making some money, and I think I will for right now, and just start trying to fix things. Romanticism out of the way, please. We also need to eventually start dealing with tax capacity. In fact, this might actually have a really big effect on things. Because right now, we're only getting, we're getting less than half the taxes we should be. Because our government administration isn't large enough. So let's actually bump that to the top and start up production again. That's going to make us so much money if we can get that fixed. Crooked connections. We can make the peasants grumpy. That's a big thing. So let's make the peasants grumpy. Oh, good. Yeah, we'll spend the money. I don't want to cause a famine. The economy right now is not working. It eventually will work once we're able to start collecting our taxes again, like we're supposed to, but for right now, it's not really helping. Okay, good. A boost to authority means I can put in another consumption tax, which we desperately need right now. That's tax boost. Good, our plantations are going to be a lot more efficient. That's great. I genuinely also need universities, though. That is a problem. That reduces the chance of being passed. Disgusting. Oh yeah, we're gonna start going into debt here real fast. I need to pause construction. Damn it. And I still need to increase the tax rate again. It's gonna make people grumpy, they're gonna dislike me, but we can't run a negative balance like this. Yeah, the price of tools is collapsing. I don't have enough things to use tools in yet. Do I? Is there anything else that uses tools right now? Not really. I'm gonna change you to softwood. I should still be able to get enough hardwood out of these other places. Oh dear. Why did the Buddhist monks oppose it? I don't know, but this is a real problem. I'm gonna have to basically cancel it. Oh, this could be very, very bad. What would actually secede? The entirety of Japan. I've got to cancel the law. I want to wait to see if I can pass it. Nope, I can't. You stupid jerks. Alright. Let's go for dedicated police force again. Who else likes the dedicated police force? I think a lot of groups do, but it'll help us out. If I get the peasants and the petty bourgeoisie in the government, that would help a lot. The problem is because the peasants hate me right now, I can't really add them into the government, but I can add the petty bourgeoisie. That'll help us get this passed. Do the peasants still not like me? No. They eventually will again, though. I don't have anything else to use tools in right now, unfortunately. That's fine. Yeah, the price of tools is too low. Do we have any iron right now? No, I've got cotton queued up as the most important thing. Let's go ahead and iron to the list. Because we're going to need iron to make iron frame buildings. There we go. Oh, Hokkaido needs a larger port. There we go. Let's go to production and let's unlock lathes. This will help us because it'll let us use tools and more things. Or is there a better place? No, that's good for now. Our biggest problem right now is that I basically can't afford to piss off like half the people in the country. Because we just have so many radicals right now. We're not even gaining loyalists. That's pretty gross. Against the odds. Let's make the petty bourgeoisie and the Buddhist monks angry. I don't mind that, actually. Okay, the market's correcting itself. Clippers are actually starting to get sold again. Nope, just kidding. It's because I have nothing to use clippers for. Because I can't trade. Which is very annoying. Alright, my friends. We need to start building again. And it's not going to be naval bases. I do want the government administration of the logging camp built. But then I'm going to kick the naval bases to the bottom. Because they're just not as important to me as the other stuff here. Getting people out of subsistence is more valuable to me than having a navy right now. Here you go. Because bringing down the price of fabric will also help us quite a bit. Which construction goods are so expensive for me right now? Oh, it's literally the wood. That's what keeps messing with the price of wood. It's the construction market. I just got to make money elsewhere. And... okay, lathes are nice. Let's get currency standards. As a tech. Okay. Glassworks uses wood and lead. I don't have lead yet, so that's no good. This just uses tools. Let's do it. That uses dye. I don't think I have enough dye yet to make that profitable. Actually says it would make me more profitable, so we'll try it then. I need coal for that. I don't have coal. I need glass for that. I don't really have glass. Yeah, I think the problem here is that the price of clippers is like negligible and the price of wood keeps going up. Are you gonna build even more logging camps to finally get the price of wood to a point where I don't have to worry about it anymore? I guess. Let's build even more wood then. Here, max out Kanto and Chubu. And let's get that kicked up to the top. Here we go. We're gonna do. I do want iron mines too, though. Let's do that. I think the cotton market is probably fine now. And getting some iron will eventually let me switch to iron frame buildings, which is going to be massive. What is the price of iron in my market? I'm actually not making any iron at all right now. Okay. Yeah, the construction sector is buying all of my wood right now. I swear to God, the Brits colonized Hokkaido because they got threatened with a revolution. I'll be very salty. Okay, the price of iron just collapsed. That's because there's nothing that uses iron right now. That's about to change. Oh God, that completely tanks my economy. Just kidding. I can't switch to it yet. Alright, we're going into pause mode again. And dedicated police force is dead. It is rare that I've seen laws fail this many times. What about changing to agrarianism? We need the peasants in the government. So let's kick out the petty bourgeoisie and add the peasants. This also nukes my tax capacity, so it's just not as good. So let's go ahead and try it. I want a professional army. You jerks won't let me have it. Oh, actually, can I bring the industrialists into the government now? No, that destroys my government's legitimacy. Okay, fun. What if I kick out the samurai, but add the industrialists? That will work. Let's do that. And that'll significantly increase my chance of getting agrarianism, because the industrialists like it too. You should follow their advice. I don't want there to be subsistence farms. The problem is I can't afford to build regularly. Raising concerns. This needs to be addressed. I don't want to make the industrialists dislike me. I'd rather make the peasants unhappy and also make them weaker. Because in the long run, the peasants will become a problem. Yeah, the price of tools just keeps falling, which means that there's no way in heck that they'll ever become profitable. Because I don't have anything to do with them. Okay, wood is now way too cheap, which means I don't have enough that uses wood. Let's fix that real quick by just... I don't want to do that. I have turmoil in Hokkaido. That's whatever. I can't do anything about that. Unequal treaties. I want France to like me. The intelligentsia want a professional army. I want banking because it'll give me minting, which is one of the few ways to get a direct injection of money into the economy. Alright. What do I need to prioritize the most? If I can get enough iron going, I can start to shift us from an iron-based construction economy to a wood one, or away from a wood one. That'll keep the price of wood normal. But I'm not using anything with the wood anyway. That would cause clippers to crash in price. Getting coal would be helpful. And that would let me change the urban center. We'd make more services. I don't really think services are what we're hot or where our issue is right now, though. We turn wood into paper, which is fine. Leaded glass would be good, potentially. Okay, what does furniture use? Furniture uses tools, fabric, and wood. Let's expand our furniture production. Because furniture is quite expensive for us. And let's push that all the way to the top. Because it's likely to be extremely profitable. So let's do that. And resume. That's also going to give us a way to keep the wood market running, even if I'm not building. Yep, there goes the price of wood again. If we could just get freaking agrarianism in, and we can start working on getting rid of trade, or getting trade set up, that would be extremely helpful. Okay. I'm gonna pause construction again. I've got my 2 new furniture factories. The market's too volatile right now. And it will continue to be volatile, by the way. I also need to build artillery. What goods does artillery use? That's arms industry. What goods do you use? Use iron and hardwood, and all you make is small arms of that, though. It isn't the worst idea to get a very small arms industry running, because it'll be a way to use the iron we are producing. Because right now, if we take a look at our market, we're making iron, but no one's buying it. So let's go ahead and get a single arms industry running in Kansai and bump it up to the top, and we're going to run deficit until we can get that going. It'll also help us with some other things too down the line. It's going to be 30 weeks? Really? The thing is, we're running a very dangerous game right now. The Shogun wants to get involved. Awesome. If I can get a non-broken economy running, that'll make me very happy indeed. You know what? The fucking tax situation needs to be fixed before anything else next. Like, this is truly absurd that we cannot collect the taxes we're owed. But if I can build a couple more factories to earn money, that'll help a lot. Okay, we're about to get arms industries built. And another furniture factory, which is always good. Would somebody just buy my debt? That would be amazing. Ironically, if I didn't have to pay interest, we'd be making a profit right now. So maybe taking some time to just pay off our debts would be helpful. Alright. So we just built our small arms plant. Now we're going to start making it a bit more profitable. We're going to change this to artillery. Actually, let me see how much artillery one small arms factory can make once it's spun up all the way. Because right now it hasn't hired all the way yet. I'd definitely make artillery, though. Sure. So the problem is, isn't making any money. Let's go ahead now and change our army to using artillery. So notice how quickly, once I created demand, all of a sudden it's making money hand over fist. Really? I'm tired of only bad things happening. Here we go, make the shogunate look like trash. That's always a good thing. Okay, that helps a lot. That's gonna take 4 years. Let's get line infantry. And then give me Napoleonic Warfare. So I'm going to switch back to the developments tab here. I'm going to switch just to line infantry. Because basically my not too secret goal here is to make a burgeoning arms industry as a way to consume iron. So we're going to go ahead and expand this like 2 more times. And then once we're able to earn some money, yeah, the problem right now is because the military wants stuff that it can't have. And it's already maxed out. I'm gonna cut military wages just so we can at least make a profit right now. I wish someone would buy my debt. That'd be amazing. Hell, I just wish half my tax cap hadn't disintegrated because of the stupid economic system. How's the price of iron falling? It would take me years to pay off all this debt. But that might be what we have to do. At least until... If we get agrarianism, that's going to be a nice shot in the arm. That's going to make our lives a little bit easier. Booyah. Did you notice something? How instantly this shot up into the stratosphere? This was a big step for us. Because now we can do the real thing we need to change. And the shogunate is going to hate this no matter what I pick. Actually, only the peasants don't like it. Like, protectionism would make the shogunate angry, and only the industrialists and trade unions would like it. Let's go for mercantilism. And see how that can work. So now we're making a lot more money. Let's unpause construction again and get these arms industries up and running. Okay, that's very, very good. Now I can make steel tools if I want them. But I don't have enough steel. I don't actually make steel. What does this do? Oh, that makes it easier to make luxury furniture. That's still a use for more tools, though. And let's just convert a couple more logging camps to making hardwood. How about just two. How about just Hokkaido? Does that get us enough hardwood that it's no longer an input good shortage? How much worse? Oh, port. Just do an Anchorage for right now. Just ignore it for now. Yeah, the economy's gonna drop dead before... Oh, game. Really? And it's fully employed too. Like, holy crap, guys. I basically need to double... Oh, I'm already on filing cabinets, okay. Yeah, like, I have to drastically increase the size of the government apparatus or we'll never make the money we're supposed to. Okay, cool. We're at about an hour in. This is a pretty good place to pause the episode and think about what we can do next. We're on that razor's edge right now. What we really desperately need is for a kind-hearted great power to offer to pay off my debt. We're getting to the point where we might have an economy that can function. Right now, our biggest issue is that we can't trade. Because we can't trade, I can't just say export stuff to increase prices or import stuff to drop prices. I have to make it myself. And that means I have to basically run construction at a loss. Because right now, we're spending 31,000 pounds a week on wood. If I change it to iron, does that actually make it work? Let's find out. Nope, it just instantly crashes because then the same money we'd spend on iron goes to wood. And now the price of iron has fully recognized and it just goes insane. See, I'm really not making enough wood for iron to be profitable. I'm making enough iron for iron to be profitable. I'm just kind of screwed either way. Which is pretty gross, but alright. I could do canneries, maybe. Guys, I don't even know what tech I want. I mean, I really want Central Archives, but that's going to cost even more paper. Maybe that's what I have to do, though. I could just research empiricism, which is lovely, but not helpful. It's just not helpful. I don't need pharmaceuticals yet. I mean, eventually, probably. Egalitarianism, maybe. Let's go for Central Archives. It's just going to drive up the price of paper, though. But again, until we can unlock trade, we're going to be struggling very, very badly. That's just what's happening right now. Surely we can last 9 weeks, right? Without me having to pause it just so we can earn money. Four, 3, 2, 1. And pause. So, we're going to go ahead, I think, and get these government administrations queued up. Because they'll just give us more and more money as we get our tax capacity under control. And that should be enough to get us where we need to get. Alright, my friends, this is where we are right now. We have an economy that sort of functions. What's hurting us right now is we don't have enough wood to make a wood construction sector viable. We don't have enough metal to make a metal construction viable. I could reduce the size of the construction sector, which would save us money that way. But I kind of think we have to do it. I mean, I don't want to do mobile artillery, do I? No, eventually yes, but not yet. We need... Maybe once the military thing we have now gets up to full power, then we'll be able to really start expanding things out. Like, check this out. It's almost already fully hired up already. So this is clearly incredibly profitable. But right now we just need to make taxes. We need to get taxes running, and once we get taxes under control, we'll really be rolling in the dough. So my friends, that's going to conclude today's episode. I hope you are enjoying the series thus far. And I hope you're deciding whether or not you want to try Victoria 3. Japan is not a start I would normally recommend for players. It is so challenging because of starting off without trade. Trade is so critical in this game. I can't overemphasize that enough. If you don't have trade, you will be screwed. Hey, the British ended up getting Hong Kong. Neat. I could ask to be Britain's protectorate. Nah, they don't want any part of that. I'm gonna go ahead and kiss up to him at least. That'll be the last action I take in this episode. But we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. If we can break our isolationism, everything about Japan will start to change. And we'll be able to start really kicking this country into higher gear. Any journal entries that could help us out? I definitely do want to urbanize. That is a certain thing. Wait, does that mean if I bolster the intelligentsia? Why can't I bolster them? I've got the bureaucracy to do it. I wonder why I can't bolster them. Oh, I would need 200. Let's stop promoting social mobility so I can get that done. Let's not do it in Ryukyu. No, that is a political lens. And we're gonna cancel. There we go. Because in order to get the path of liberalism, I basically need to bring the intelligentsia into the government. I see. Okay. Oh, in order to fully unlock it, I need to have some version of legitimacy, and I have to have actual voting. We can do that later. My friends, I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please remember to give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing new episodes every Wednesday from here on out, so I hope you enjoy it. If you have any comments, please share them down below. Japan is not an easy start. But I'm definitely eager to see if we can make Japan both profitable and powerful. Remember that real-life Japan didn't modernize until the 1860s, so we're actually ahead of the game in that sense. If we can get mercantilism and then abolish serfdom, I think we're going to start seeing some pretty drastic changes in the way the game functions. And I think we'll be able to start really making some money and also start fixing some of our problems so we don't have to rely quite so heavily on other people. On our own domestic production to fill every single shortfall. That's it for today's episode, though. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, like, subscribe, comment below. But until next time, this has been UpGuardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.